here's Tim Allen now reacting. I'm the only one on this story. I'm all over it.
That's true, and I'm still trying to figure out why.
Well, I don't even really know, except that I was a fan of his show, Home Improvement. I used to watch that until Seinfeld went up against it head-to-head, and I had to choose.
Thank God for Seinfeld.
And I chose Seinfeld over Home Improvement. Home Improvement had a great run, though.
I know, yeah, that was a huge show.
Well, Pam Anderson. Yeah, I mean, it's a good show. I thought it was funny. Pam Anderson was on there, and on her first day of shooting, she says in her new Netflix documentary, Tim Allen came out of his dressing room. He was in the hallway wearing nothing but a robe, and he said, I've seen you naked. Let me even the score. And flip, just quickly flashed her. And that's in the documentary. But later, she sort of backtracked by saying, hey, it was no big deal. It was just kind of a fun thing. But she was only 23 years old. And, of course, today, she says in the documentary, that would never, ever fly today. He'd probably be fired. I bet he'd be fired immediately.
Probably.
If he did that today.
Got reported, yeah.
I mean, who was the guy on CBS? Charlie Rose?
Yeah.
He walked around in his bathrobe and was always opening it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
really unexpected on that to me.
That was one of the most.
That will always be one of the most confusing ones.
Well, he and Matt Lauer. I didn't expect it, but you could sort of say, okay, yeah.
Lauer, I could see a little flirting.
He was young and very fit. Charlie Rose, just a doughy kind of.
Yeah. He was doing it.
Who do you think you are?
Right. Yeah. I mean, didn't he do it to like all these dignitaries? Like Madeleine Albright's in there. He's like,
It's for the UN.
What a shock. That's a shock.
Yeah.
Yes.
It really is. So, Tim Allen was coming out of Starbucks, and the TMZ guys got him. They said, okay, we're going to get you on this one now. We're going to see what you have to say. Because Tim Allen says, I have no memory of that whatsoever. And you think that's probably true, that he has no memory of it.
I think it happened.
You do.
And I also believe he has no memory of it.
And it's interesting to me that no other women have come forward to say, oh, he flashed me too. That sometimes happens, where women say, oh, yeah, that was his thing. Look at Bill Cosby. Once one person came out talking about Bill Cosby, 20 of them come out. 50 of them come out and talk about it. By the way, Cos is planning a comedy tour this year.
Oh, God.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Very awkward. Cosby says, yeah, he's going to do it. He's in his 80s. He's blind, but he's ready to sit on a stool and tell some jokes. And I think that's going to go badly.
I don't know who wants to hear his jokes.
If I were his handler, publicist, I'd say, Cos, let's call it a day.
Yeah.
It's over. You're lucky you're not in jail.
There would be protests outside the concert hall.
I know.
Wouldn't there be?
I wonder
by some.
I think so. Yeah.
I wonder if they just appease him like they do a lot of old people. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll start working on that.
Yeah.
And he's
never going to happen.
Do you think since he's blind, they've put it like
it's just a soundtrack of applause?
Yeah.
Yeah. The concert hall is empty. There's nobody in there.
They do it in his living room. They drive him around a while. They come back. They put him in his living room. Here's your stool.
This is just like the house.
That's a real possibility.
Yeah.
So they got Tim Allen coming out of Starbucks and said, what do you have to say to respond to this?
Pick up for pervert.
He was getting into his car.
So here to ask you about Pamela Anderson. How do you feel about her claims that you flashed her?
She was a great co-worker, I'll tell you that. She's a fun girl. I mean, everybody loved her, but ABC is a little disappointed in her memory. Put it that way. All of us at Disney and ABC really, she's a good girl. Really like her.
Thank you, Tim.
And then he's in the car, and that's it. He said everybody at ABC Disney is disappointed in her memory. That never
He's
really
speaking
happened.
for the whole network.
I guess he is. I didn't know he really even was connected to the network anymore.
I guess Disney that's Toy Story.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
I guess he does have a big
connected to him there.
Iced macchiato for the flasher. All right.
Enough with it, you guys. Come on. Yeah. We were talking money a minute ago and how much it costs for Super Bowl party or Valentine, everything. And, of course, we've talked about the egg prices being up and so forth. There's a new term called FOSY, F-O-S-Y. That's fear of saying yes. And more than half of adults say, I've got it. I've got FOSY. I won't do anything because it costs too much money. I'm not going to say yes to anything this year because it costs too much.
Yeah, I'd say I have that.
Yeah, you've definitely got a good case of Fozy. I mean, you just admitted 5 minutes ago that you've bought your girlfriend a ticket to a concert that you won't be attending for Valentine's Day.
So and dinner for her.
So romantic.
Dinner for two that's going to be eaten by one.
That's right.
It's more the music than the money. But I do have, anytime I go to spend something now, I'm like,
well, everything you buy is expensive everywhere you go. A lot of people don't like to even just go out and eat, or you have to limit as much as you go out and eat because it just costs a lot.
But the weird thing about that is, like used to, we would always do all our shopping at home, grocery shopping. We'd eat at home almost every meal.
Remember?
Because I always said, cost so much less. But the grocery prices are
now.
Up. You know,
it's getting
like,
close.
It's
starting to match up.
And of course, we have no kitchen.
Yeah.
So my kids love it. We eat out all the time now. It's every meal. It's something they like.
Do you find the money to be about even?
I do think it's more expensive to eat out. We'll be talking.
Still is.
Yeah.
Always will be.
Now, do you think the insurance guy will say, okay, we're going to cover all these meals since you can't eat at home?
Have you been saving every receipt?
No. Well, I don't know. Well, maybe. My wife does. She saves a lot of receipts.
They're not going to reimburse you that.
Well, they really should. I mean, if you have,
oh, I agree.
If you have no kitchen,
but
you know, and you can't eat, and they're at fault, which they've admitted liability, I think you should get that. But
I don't know how you can prove that. How do they know that you didn't eat out all the time?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right. That's true. That's a difficult one. You're right.
That's a tough one.
I did hear. I mean, we have to move everything out of our house. I mean, the floors have to be redone in several rooms. And we have to have movers move him out like into one of those storage things, a pack rat.
Oh, yeah.
And I hear they'll pay for that.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, all that kind of stuff they should pay
all
for.
Of that kind of stuff.
I would even say they should pay you an inconvenience fee for not being able to use your kitchen, not for the food that you didn't get to eat.
Maybe that's what you call it, the inconvenience fee. There is no kitchen, you know. Maybe. I don't know.
Punitive damages.
I know. Well, you know, you fight the insurance companies all the time.
Well, some, you know.
You fight that.
But you know what? I pay for it. I buy it.
I know. Well, of course you do. Well, you have to.
You buy plane tickets. I buy insurance for it all the time.
Oh, yes.
So do you have like a garage fridge where you keep the drinks and things right now? Is that what?
Yeah, that's where everything is.
If you want to drink, you have to go out there?
Yeah, that's where everything is. But a lot of times now we just eat out and that's it. You know?
Easier.
Yeah, it is. It's so much easier just to do it that way. But we do have waters and drinks and stuff in there. Here's a hack now on saving money. I think this is pretty interesting. You all Uber probably a lot more than I do, but this lady says that she has saved so much money doing this when you're Ubering from the airport. See if you can agree with this.
Pro tip: stop having Uber pick you up and drop you off at the airport. They're just trying to rip you off. Okay, look, $40 for the Uber to come pick me up here and drive me a mile to my house, or I can walk to the Hilton Garden Inn and have the Uber drop me up at my house. $7. I'm saving $33 by walking across the street.
She walked about 50 yards across the street.
Brilliant.
And it's $7.
Yeah.
So there's an airport add-on fee.
Exactly. That's what it all boils down to, is the airport started when Uber really started picking up, and it became a war between Uber and the cabs.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of airports started adding on a $10 or $15 airport fee.
So the airport gets part of that money?
Yes.
Then Uber doesn't get air. The airport gets it.
Yeah, they were arguing with Uber. They wanted it.
No kidding. Because Uber was allowed
Well,
to
because
go
the
there.
airport started saying, hey, now I have to do a whole separate thing here. I don't have a taxi, I have a taxi lane and a drop-off lane. Well, I don't have anything Uber lane, so now I'm charging you.
So that lady goes from paying $40 to $7 for a ride home just because it's from a hotel and not an airport.
Yeah, and some people, I remember like at O'Hare in Chicago, you started having to have a decal of a plane on your car. And if that basically meant you could come in to O'Hare for Uber, and if you didn't have that sticker, they wouldn't let you in.
It's part of the world I don't know anything about.
Yeah,
I just
you don't
never
have to deal with that.
I never take those vehicles. I mean, I've Ubered like 4 times in my life, which were fine, and I did do it from the airport, which was expensive. That was in Boston. But it's hard at an airport, like to walk across the street.
Yeah,
with
it
others.
is.
Not a lot of hotels are close to the airport.
She
like
must
that.
be at a smaller airport.
Yeah.
I mean, they're right nearby, but it's a mile. You know, it's
yeah,
like
you got to hop on like their tram, basically, or their bus, and ride over there.
And you got your luggage.
And you've got your luggage. But that's an idea. Take their tram to pretend you're staying at the Holiday Inn. Take the tram, go to it a mile away, and then have the Uber pick you up there.
That's the way to do it.
I guess so. Quick story. We mentioned Ketchup Karen a moment ago. She's being called that in Florida because she ordered a burger with extra ketchup, and they put so much on it. She says it's not edible. And she slams the burger down on the counter, and ketchup flies everywhere. She was so angry about, I ordered extra ketchup, but this is over the top.
I asked for extra ketchup, and I got what is this? What is this? This is so much ketchup. I can't eat that. Are you making fun of me because I'm on a diet? How do you double sugar ketchup? How do you know you're on a diet? You okay? I'm upset.
Now she's upset, she said, and now she's being called Ketchup Karen.
Yeah.
Everything's on video.
It hurts.
It does. It does hurt.
I wonder how much ketchup, if they're, it sounds like maybe somebody was being kind of a smart ass about
Back in the
it.
kitchen?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to get my hot dogs from Jed's Hot Dogs with chili slaw and mayonnaise.
Man, mayonnaise?
And you want to win $1,000 for that.
Chili slaw and mayonnaise.
I loved it. I loved
That
it.
sounds like something they eat in Berlin.
I don't know.
Yeah, you lost me at the mayonnaise. Chili slaw, absolutely.
Of course, mustard, chili, and slaw, obviously.
Yeah.
I was a chili slaw and mayonnaise man. I don't know why.
How did you get started? How did it even come about?
I have no idea. I was young. My dad and I used to go to a place called Jed's Hot Dogs all the time in downtown Asheboro.
Yeah.
And I would get a hot dog with chili slaw and mayonnaise. And one time,
And they do it.
they did it. Oh, yeah.
Mayonnaise, Danny.
More mayonnaise.
Let's get them maybe mustard once.
Anything to shut the boil.
Mayonnaise.
When I worked barbecue at Henry James years later, occasionally somebody ordered mayonnaise on a hot dog, and it would kind of flash me back to those moments. But
yes.
not often. Very rare on a hot dog do you have mayonnaise.
When was the last time you had it? Mayonnaise on it. 40 years. Yeah.
Once I switched to mustard, it's like, okay. Got my palate.
That's the day you became a man.
More an adult's palate. But I'd get chili slaw and mayonnaise, and one time they forgot the mayonnaise. And I said, Diddy. I took one bite, and I said,
It's not right.
Oh, damn, boy.
Sitting right there at the counter. And I'd ordered 2 hot dogs and a fry, both with chili slaw and mayonnaise. I was about 7. And I said, Daddy, there ain't no mayonnaise on this hot dog. And so I asked, so he said, can you put some mayonnaise on this hot dog? When it came back, slap.
You want mayonnaise?
Tons of
Here's your
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
And I bit into it, and I got like nothing but a gulp of mayonnaise,
Yeah.
I think that's what turned me, honestly.
Really?
I do. I think that's what turned me off of. Now that memory's coming back full force, and we were sitting there at the bar. I can picture it.
Yeah.
Nice lady behind the counter. She used to always serve us. And I ate it, and as soon as I bit into it, I said, Daddy, I can't.
Got mayonnaise in my throat.
That was rough. That was really rough. So I think maybe that's what they did to this one. She wanted extra ketchup. I said, you want extra here?
That's what, just from the quick interactions there, I wonder if she sent it back once and said, I'd said extra ketchup.
I bet she did.
Maybe sent it back again, and they said, all right,
there you go.
Give her ketchup.
See, so I blame them. If they did that and really, to stupid amounts of ketchup, I blame them. But when she slams it on the counter, now she's Ketchup Karen. And she's not going to,
What's extra ketchup? Double what you would normally put on a burger when you're making it?
Well,
I think 30% more, 25 to 30% more.
I'll tell you, in the pizza game, it's extra sauce.
Okay, so how much sauce goes on a pizza regularly?
Let's say it's a large pizza, you do one what they call level scoop.
Okay.
Extra sauce would be like an additional half scoop.
That's what I was
thinking.
It's not.
Scoop.
Some people want double, and they'll say, I want double sauce. But you don't, because then the toppings don't stay on. Yeah. So the worst is always, when somebody has an extra sauce pizza.
Yeah.
For delivery, you're like, they're going to be pissed because they're going to say the topping slid everywhere.
Exactly.
But you've done it to yourself.
Yeah.
Because you put so much, it's like soup.
Let me ask you this. Now, I love the extra. I go to Sir Pizza. Used to. Love their sauce. Love it. And I would always order extra sauce. I never said double, but I'd say extra. And one time I said like extra sauce, and that's what happened.
Yeah,
it was too much. It was over the top. And
at that point, you just need to order a little ramekin full of sauce on the side.
Dip it in. Yeah.
You really got to have it.
So let me ask you this: one time I ordered from there, and I said I want extra sauce on half because my wife doesn't like extra.
It don't work,
and they didn't do it. They wouldn't.
Oh, really?
Do it. They wouldn't do it. Other places
will do it. Yeah, it's hard to do because everything will cook together, but.
Right.
I have had that where I want extra sauce on the pepperoni half,
yes,
not on the cheese half.
Yes,
it's doable. I just think the extra sauce, you're just asking for toppings to slide.
I love it, though.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I don't care. They finally caught this guy. I don't know that we ever mentioned him. About 2 weeks ago, he broke into Joe's Crab Shack, Florida, Fort Myers, and defecated on the floor. This was 2:30 in the morning.
That's not something Joe's wants.
They're open at 2:30 in the morning?
No. They were closed.
Oh.
Surveillance video caught him squeezing through a small broken window to get into the restaurant. He drank some alcohol that was in there, looked around for food, but everything was put away. So he snatched a Joe's Crab Shack hat off the shelf and defecated in the middle of the dining room.
Oh, come on.
Then left. They caught him earlier this week, just 2 days ago, floating naked in a river nearby. Same guy. It's the same guy. They were like, wait a minute, we've seen you before.
Hey, that's the guy that took an S at Joe's.
You're the guy.
The guy that eliminated at Joe's Crab Shack was caught then later in the river, in the Caloosahatchee River in Florida. Fort Myers police dispatched to a report of a naked man that had jumped in the river. They got him. He's 43-year-old Nathan Long. And they said, did you take a dump in Joe's Crab Shack 4 days ago?
I did.
I did.
That's me. Absolutely. That's where I got this hat I'm wearing.
Dead giveaway.
Yeah.
That's all he had on was the Joe's Crab Shack hat.
You got all that bathroom space you could go in there and take care of business?
I think it was more of a message, like I've been here. You know, like
I think he was mad he couldn't find any food.
I do too.
Oh, there's probably that too.
Food locked away or whatever.